Well, the Pledge of Allegiance is an important part of all of our meetings, and so we do a couple of things to emphasize that. First of all, of course, we put it right at the beginning of the meeting. And secondly, we try to choose people from the community to lead it who have contributed something significant in the way of business or volunteer work. Maybe they've been recipients of big awards, and we want to recognize them and their contributions by having them do the pledge, which is the thing that sort of summarizes the things we're united around. Well, this is actually an example of the really non-glamorous but really exciting work that we do. In this specific case, we've got downtown in mind, where there's ongoing issues about how do they dispose of their trash and how do they deal with their roller bins and all of those things. So as we opened the Tuckertown Green, it included a big compactor in a containment area with a gate so that it doesn't show, it's aesthetically pleasing. And we're going to do something similar at the end of that same block so that all those businesses can use a compactor instead of having a lot of roller bins around. Some of you may have noticed over the years it piles up on First Avenue. It's just really unsightly. So this is a great way to meet their needs, doesn't increase costs for them or anybody else, but is a much better way of handling the trash that is created down there. The consent agenda is a great way for the council to handle business without having to spend a lot of time and take up, especially time in public meetings, on items that don't need a lot of discussion or debate. And so it is what it sounds like. It requires the consent of all the council members to put an item on the consent agenda. Sometimes there's several. If there's no objections, we can just handle those all as a batch, as it were, and move on without taking up a lot of time. But it's important to know that every member of council on every occasion has the authority to ask that an individual item be removed from the consent agenda so that we can discuss it or comment on it in the public. But barring that, it's a way for us to move business along without wasting everybody's time. And don't forget that this Saturday, December the 6th, is North Pole at Tucker. This will be one of the first events held at the new Tuckertown Green downtown from 4 to 7 p.m. You can participate in holiday crafts, enjoy shows by local performers, and see the ceremonial tree and menorah lighting. We're keeping an eye on the forecast. You keep an eye on our socials for updates in case of inclement weather, but we hope to see you there. And finally, if you're engaged enough to have watched this far, you're probably engaged enough to know that this will be my last council meeting presiding as the mayor. And I want to let you know that before the meeting on Monday at 6 o'clock, we'll have a reception. Public's invited. We'd love to see you and say hello and thank you for your support. Come from 6 to 7 ahead of the meeting time starting at 7 p.m.